Welcome to episode 13 of the Comedy Kitchen. I'm your host, Dennis Wirth, local comedian out of New England, bringing on all my friends from comedy to do my two favorite things in life. We're going to be doing some stand-up comedy and laughing, and we're going to be cooking up some of my favorite dishes. And this is episode 13. I wore my nice black shirt, right, for the 13th episode. And what we're doing is we're doing game dishes. These are dishes that you'd eat while you're watching your favorite sports team during the game. And last episode we had Chris Burt LaDuca, and we made some barbecue wings. So this episode we're going to be making up some buffalo wings. And for this episode I brought on one of my friends I met in comedy. Great guy. Please help me welcome Mr. Kennedy Richard. Welcome, Kennedy.
Thank you, Dennis. Good to be here.
Appreciate it. You ready to make up some buffalo wings?
I am ready to make some buffalo wings.
All right, this is good. Who's your favorite sports team? Who do you like to watch?
Football is the New England Patriots and Seattle Seahawks,
Hey,
and I am a
go.
football fan.
Football fan. Well, these are some dishes that can make you buffalo wings while you're watching them, and there's some good eating. No, it is the Comedy Kitchen. We do the cooking thing, we do the comedy thing. So before we get started, tell the folks, how do you get started out in comedy?
Well, I got started out in comedy growing up with a single mom as a young kid. And you started new schools every year, so I found out really quick that it was the best way to make new friends each year was to be the funny guy. So all through high school, I got accolades from all my teachers, and by accolades, of course, I mean detentions. But I started doing the comedy scene back in the early 80s, did it for about 5 years, took like a 17-year layoff when I started my career, started a family, and just got back into it 2 or 3 years ago, and just having a ball.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and you mentioned, if you make people laugh, you make more friends that way, because everybody likes to laugh, right?
Absolutely.
Of course they do. It's a fun thing. All right, so to get going, we are going to need, you can't make chicken wings without some chicken wings, right?
Beautiful.
All right, so we're going to grab our chicken wings here. You want to open those up?
You got it.
All right, I'm going to grab a little bit of our vegetable oil. We're going to pour that right on the bottom here. And you can, let's see, we got some tongs here. You can, or you can use your hand. We washed our hands here on the Comedy Kitchen. We're all good to go. So, all right.
Do these have to be separated now, or we're good? Looks like we're good to go. Okay, then.
We'll get those on a medium heat, and we're going to get them going.
I have done my share of wings in my day watching football.
You've done your share of wings, yeah? All right. Everybody, you ever go to the restaurant, and I see these people, and how do you want them? You want hot, and they're eating their wings, and there's tears coming out of their eyeballs. I love these, they're so good. Yeah, you look like you're enjoying them quite a bit there, buddy. All right. All right, so we're good to go on those. All right. What we're going to do, we got some jalapeno peppers over there. We need 1 cup of those. Why don't you grab those? And we're going to toss them in here, and we're just going to toss them very lightly is what we're going to do. As we get those on
Are we doing both packages?
Both packages. We need 1 cup, which equals that's about a half a cup. Just pour them right in. Boom. Grab the other one. We'll pour those in too. All right. All right. You want to make sure they don't burn, so we're going to wait till they get heated up, and then we'll toss them just a little bit. All right. So all the years you've been doing comedy, tell the people, what's one of your favorite memories in comedy?
One of my most favorite memories of comedy was I'm a big fan of Steve Sweeney, who was big in the Boston scene. He still is, actually, to this day, but started out in the late 70s. And I got to open up for him not too long ago. I also got to open up for Tom Carter, who almost won America's Got Talent last year. And there was a crowd of about 350 people, and I would say that was probably my happiest memory, performing in front of a crowd that large.
A lot of people remember Tom Carter took 2nd place. I thought he should have won it. I did a dog act, and I love dogs, I love animals, but I mean, gosh, I thought he was a much better actor.
And Tom actually worked that into his routine, talking about dogs.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
It's very, very funny. If you get a chance to see him, by all means.
It's funny. I think just last night they actually inducted him into the Rhode Island Hall of Fame last night. At,
I did not know that.
Yeah, the Comedy Kitchen down in Rhode Island. They were sold out, and I guess a big name like him would absolutely sell out for comedy. All right, next thing we're going to do is we are going to add a half a cup of water to our peppers here. So you got the water right over there. We're going to get you half a cup right over here.
Beautiful.
There you go.
One trick I learned about cooking, I always pour over the pot in case you do have spillage.
You're a smart guy, Kennedy. So you don't need the wife yelling at you now, do you?
She's got other reasons to yell at me besides cooking, so we're good.
I'm sure they do. All right. What else are we going to do here? All right, and what are some of your favorite dishes to eat during the game? What do you like to snack on while you're watching the game?
I got to tell you, it's always chicken wings. Chicken wings, chicken wings, chicken wings, and then some chicken wings on the side. Love it.
So a little bit of chicken wings, right?
I am also a big, being from the state of Texas originally, I love my chili.
Sure.
And I don't think there's any bad food that you can eat for football. I think all food's good as long as it's as long as you can prepare it in the morning. You don't want to be cooking during game time. You want to have everything set.
The quick dishes.
It's all good.
Say you're going to watch the game, and then all of a sudden, a half hour before the show, your phone rings, and one of your friends say, "Hey, I'm coming over to watch the game with you." And then you got to put something quick together.
Absolutely.
What's quicker than you said? Wings, chili. It's a quick thing you can make, and it's all good like that. Sure.
And things that you can pick at all day.
I got the phone if anybody wants me to get it. Don't worry. Our studio audience has a phone call coming in. They want to be on the Comedy Kitchen. I know what's going on. It's okay. All right. And all right, let's see how we're doing over here. We're still getting heated up. All right. So, I know I've had you a couple of my rooms, Joke in the Box comedy clubs, but other than that, what are some rooms people can find you doing comedy in if they want to look for Kennedy Rigid?
There's a place in Derry, New Hampshire. I live in southern New Hampshire right now, so Halligan's Tavern in Derry, great popular spot. They do comedy, open mic comedy on Thursday nights, 9 o'clock. It's free. Also, of course, your room, JD Chase's, on Thursday nights. They start at 8. Great place to see comedy, also free. You see some good talent coming in there. And there's a place in Londonderry that I'm very excited about called Whippersnappers, and I've been a customer there for quite a few years, and they're just now dabbling into the comedy field. So we've had one show. We're going to try a second one at the end of this month, and if it goes well, maybe that'll be a monthly thing.
Sure. There's a lot of great rooms to check out the young and up and coming comedians on the comedy scene, and like you said, up in Hudson, New Hampshire, I got a place at inside JD Chase's Bar and Grill, and showcase a young talent that's coming up, and certainly catch them there. Halligan's, I've heard it's a great room there. And you mentioned, it's good to go out and just support live comedy. That's the thing, because why would you pay $25 to go see a headliner, and you won't pay $5 to go see local town? Most of them are free. You can get in for a free show. It's a good date night. If you got nothing else to do, come on out and catch a comedy show. Just support your local acts. That's always good. All right, I got a new addition to the show. You're the first guest that we're going to do this with. It's called Funny Food Names. You ready?
Oh, no. I don't know. Am I ready?
Whamma jamma. All right, Kennedy. If you went grocery shopping and you came home with some fresh semen, what do you think you'd be bringing home?
Okay, I'm going to guess it's some sort of fish.
Some sort of a fish?
Sure.
You'd be wrong. It's actually a chip dip. All right, we get a picture of the fresh semen up here? Throw it back up. There we go.
Oh, my goodness.
That's some chip dip. C-E-M-E-E-N.
Boy, that was a tough one.
C-E-M-E-N. So you got some semen chip dip. That's okay. And who would have thought to name the chip dip semen? All right.
I have no idea. That can't be a big seller.
It's a catchy name. I don't know if you're going to sell many, but it's certainly a catchy name. I don't know. All right, let's see what we're going to do now. All right, what we want to do next is, you got your tongs over there.
I do.
All right, these are starting to heat up a little bit, so we're going to take out our chili peppers and we're going to throw them inside of Mr. Blender over there.
Okay, good enough. Does this come off? Here we go.
Do-do-do.
So do you just let these come to a boil and let them simmer?
That's it. The second they come to a boil, throw them right in.
Right out. Okay,
there
good to know.
We got them to a boil, so we can
the aroma's incredible.
churn our little bit. Hey, you can't have hot wings without some hot peppers. That's the magic of the heat. How do you like them? You like them mild? Do you like them medium? And do you like them like the guy with the tears running down his eyes?
I'll be honest with you, Dennis. I was always a middle of the road kind of guy. I do not like them too hot.
I hear you. Okay, so we're going to throw another half a cup of water inside with those. You got your half a cup already. All right. You're like an old pro here. Who does the cooking in your house? You or the wife?
I do all the cooking.
You do all the cooking.
I do
so
all
that's
the
why
cooking.
you know what's going on here. All right. All right, we're going to need a half a cup of vinegar next. You got some white vinegar over there.
White wine vinegar. Beautiful.
There you go. We're going to throw that right in. And let's see. Next we're going to need...
Okay, how long of a show is this?
Well, you can take the plastic cup off. If you take the plastic top, pops right off. You can use the knife and...
We're almost there.
No. You're getting your workout in. See here at the Comedy Kitchen.
Yeah.
We'll build your muscles too.
We are almost there.
All right.
I was going to pop it out, then I felt bad. The next guy wouldn't know it was out.
Yeah, last episode, Chris Burt was like that. We needed a cup, and it was like a dot at a time and shit. I'm like, take the cap off. There we go. All right. We are going to need 1 teaspoon of salt. You get your salt right over there. You're going to throw that right in there.
Okay. Well.
All right. While you're doing that, all right. Got a little bowl over here. Going to take our excess water. We're going to pour it right in there. We make a mess. Don't worry about
It's fine.
splashes here. All right, what we're going to do next, you got some butter over there. We need 1 stick of butter. You're going to throw that right in there, and we're going to melt the 1 stick of butter.
Okay.
Do-do-do.
I think this cooking thing is a lot easier with 2 people as opposed to 1.
It goes a little bit quicker,
Yes.
but then you got to share the food, you know?
That's
if you like
unfortunate.
food like me, you know, hey, you know how that goes. All right, so we're going to get that melting. Maybe we should flip our little chicken wings
All right,
here.
let's
We'll
do
see
that.
how those are doing here. All right, I
not
can
too
hear
bad.
noises. When you start hearing the noises, that's when it gets good. There you go. This guy's like an old pro. You do barbecuing, I can tell, because you're good with the
Oh, my God,
tongs.
do I do barbecuing. Yes.
What's some of your favorite stuff to barbecue?
You know, steak strips,
There you
chicken
go,
wings.
my favorite
I
steak.
make my own homemade barbecue sauce for ribs.
Looking good.
Good stuff.
All right, so you want to throw the cover on there? We're going to blend that a
Alrighty.
little bit on a medium blend.
You pulse it or keep going?
There you go. Get going. A little more. Looking good. All right.
Okay. Now, do I have a straw?
Getting going. We're not there yet.
Not
All
there yet.
right. So all the years you've been doing comedy, I know you play some of these rooms. Sometimes you hit the drunks, you hit the hecklers. What's the craziest story that's ever happened to you in comedy, you can tell us?
Wow, that's a tough one. I don't think I've had any bad experiences yet. Excuse me, I just got
Don't
a
have to be
mouthful.
bad, just something crazy.
Something
I got you,
crazy
buddy.
right
I
now.
got you. Choke.
I inhaled a mouthful of vinegar. So I might need the Heimlich when I pull that cover off. People, you're making this, all right? When you pull the cover off, stand back. I'm getting a gas mask.
That's right, the pepper.
That's some powerful stuff right there.
That's what makes it good.
The craziest thing, actually not too many. I've had a couple of hecklers, but you know, sometimes you can talk to them and thing is, try not to be too insulting back. You know, sometimes if it gets to that point, but just be nice to them, be funny with them, and you get them to settle down. I've always had some good success with
That's
people.
what I say. If you're nice enough to come to a show, you don't want to insult them and make them not want to
Sure.
come back. But at the same time, you know, you worked out your act, you practiced it. You didn't go there to deal with a drunk either. You want people to listen to your act. So you got to find that fine middle ground, hit them with a good, you know. So if somebody was heckling you, what's your first thing you'd say to them?
Oh, I'd probably talk about his mother.
His mother?
I probably-
Okay.
no.
A good mother joke is always a classic one.
It's usually
As long as
whatever
he's
they
not
use.
bigger than you, right?
Yeah, whatever they use, I try to turn it around against them. So whatever the topic is, whatever they said, I'll turn it around.
I
hopefully.
got you. All right. We got your trusty cutting board here. We got your knife, and we got your onion over there. So we're going to
Perfect.
take the onion out, and we're going to chop that right up.
Okay. Excellent. Now this is where I wish my father-in-law was here, because he always asked me what's the easiest way to chop an onion.
All right. What do you say?
And
Because
I
with
have not
age
showed
comes
him.
wisdom, so we should listen to him.
No, he's the one that wanted to know how
Okay,
to
we
do
only
it.
need a third of an onion, so you might
Okay.
want to cut it into a
But
third.
I always go end to end,
There you go.
and I saw this on a cooking show. Cut off one end there,
Yeah.
and peel, right? Just the easiest way.
See, that's why we normally do easy dishes here, stuff you could do at home. We don't want to get too technical. There's most people, they watch a cooking show, that's why they watch, because it's nothing they could do at home. So we're not confusing you. And trust me, the homemade buffalo sauce is way better than anything you can buy at the store. Homemade is always better than what you get at the supermarket. So, and there he goes, peeling away.
Absolutely.
All right, here our butter going. We're going to turn that down a little bit because that seems melted. Let that simmer a little tiny bit.
Okay, just a rough cut on these onions, or you want them
Yeah,
diced really fine?
just a rough cut. They don't have to be
Okay.
fine because they're going to hit the blender later. So
Okay, excellent.
we're just getting them chopped up a little bit here. All right, that's about a third. We don't need a half a third. So take what you cut up and we can throw it right in the butter here.
Beautiful.
All right, don't
think one
splash
of my-
yourself because you don't want to burn.
Exactly. One of my favorite aromas whenever I'm cooking is always when the onions hit the butter.
Oh yeah, that's the
Beautiful.
That's the
And
good
garlic.
cooking.
Doesn't
There
hurt.
you go. All right, next thing we are going to need is we need 1 chopped garlic. We got your garlic over there. You're going to cut that up and throw that right in there also. And while you're doing that, you know, why don't you pass me the tomato there, and we need a tomato in here too. 1/3 of a cup of chopped tomatoes, so we need about 1/3 of a tomato. All right, I'll set this stuff off to the side here so the folks at home can keep an eye on what we're doing here.
And now, Dennis, this garlic, how would you like this chopped up?
Just the same as the onions, because
Same
it's all going to
as-
hit the blender eventually,
Okay,
so we're just
beautiful.
trying to get it somewhat cut up here. All right, we'll get our 1/3 of a tomato going. All right, and as we're doing this, as you were a kid, and who were some of the comedians that inspired you as a kid that made you want to try comedy?
Oh my gosh, it's funny. One of my fondest memories is my mother. I was the youngest of three living at the house at the time, and my mother would always get me up to watch the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast back in the day.
Classic TV.
And Foster Brooks playing the drunk guy. There was some of the funniest bits I've ever seen, but I've always been a big fan of Billy Crystal.
Sure.
Doing stand-up. I've been a big fan of Bill Cosby, George Carlin. Some great comics out there.
Some of the classics of comedy right there you're talking about. Absolutely. All right, this is smelling good, ain't it?
It certainly is. I'll throw some of this in there.
Sure, throw that right in there.
Make room.
They say garlic is good for your health, too, so it was for medicinal purposes back in the day. So you ever get sick, you throw a little garlic in there.
Sure.
And then,
is there, let me ask you.
Have a breath mint later, because you know.
Since you do a lot of cooking yourself, Dennis, have you ever believed in the term too much garlic?
Too much garlic? You know, I love the garlic. I mean, some people, it depends on what your taste is. Everybody's got different tastes. But for me, it's never. I'm always the extra garlic guy, because I love the stuff.
Same here. I don't think
it's a great taste, yeah. Okay. All right, we're getting there.
A couple more? You want to do the whole thing?
Yeah, maybe one more will be looking good.
Okay, I'll do the big one here.
We'll get that cut up and throw it
Boy, am I making a mess.
We always make a mess on the Comedy Kitchen. Every guest kind of gets nervous about it. Hey, it ain't good cooking unless you're making a mess doing it, so that's always good.
I'm just nervous that my wife's watching and she's going to yell something at me for making a mess.
You know what? You bring her home some of the buffalo wing sauce here, and that'll keep her all happy. You bring home that and a flour, and she'll put a big smile on her face. All right, next thing we are going to need is an entire bottle of Louisiana hot sauce. We got that right over there, so you're going to put the whole bottle right in there.
No kidding. Okay, then. Okay, do you want this one? We're going to pull the cap off. How's that?
There you go. That's always the smart move, is to take the cap off. Unless you need a couple dots, then you got to do what you got to do. All right, you want to stir this up occasionally as you go in there. Oh, we're looking good, looking good.
I'll tell you, too bad they don't have smell-o-vision invented yet, huh? Because this smell is unbelievable.
That's what I said. When we get the power of smell through television, we're going to be on the Food Network. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stir that up a little bit more. Got that on a simmer there. We'll let that simmer for 1 minute. All righty. So on the local scene, who are some of your favorite comics on the local scene to work with?
Oh, my God. I've had the privilege of working with so many good comedians, and Dennis Wirth would be one of them, I'd have to say. No,
Thank you.
Dennis, you've always made me laugh. But some of the comedians I've worked with is from all over. Josh Day, my goodness, Rick Harrison, Joe Mitchell. So many favorite comedians that I like to watch, and these are people that you really haven't heard of yet. But locally, for famous local comedians, Dennis Leary. I've always been a Dennis Leary fan.
Dennis Leary, yeah.
Dennis Leary, Lenny Clark, that group of guys. Awesome.
Sure, you know, everybody, thinks if they go to a local comedy show, there is some great talent on the local comedy scene. And all these guys, like you mentioned, Dennis Leary, that's how he got started, playing some of the same rooms we did. People were nice enough to give him an audience, and look at him now.
Sure.
We can only hope to be there someday. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to take this off, and we're going to pour that right inside your blender.
Okay, then.
Do-do-do.
Notice how far back I'm standing this time.
That's right. We get the splashes. All right, you want to throw your cover back on and blend that up just a little bit.
Good.
Looking good. It's starting to look like hot sauce now, isn't it? Almost there, almost. All right, next we're going to need 1/4 cup of ketchup. Got some ketchup over here.
All right.
We got our 1/4 cup. You'll just want to pour that right inside the blender with it. Do-do-do. All right.
All right.
That's the ketchup, not you, Rick.
That's the ketchup.
All right, man,
I'm hoping the
making sure,
microphone
buddy.
wasn't picking that up, but if it did, yes, it's ketchup.
All right. All right, next thing we are going to need is 1 teaspoon of honey, and I got the honey with the little bear on it. Is that the cutest thing you ever seen in your life? Oh, well, if you're going to buy honey, you got to get the bear honey. All right, 1 teaspoon of the honey, throw that right in.
All right. Oops, not open yet.
Do-do-do. Some of the stuff we've used before in the Comedy Kitchen, some of the stuff we got to open.
Well, we know we have fresh honey.
That's right.
good.
We got fresh honey. We got to open it up. That's right. All right.
A helpful little
good.
hint, too, sometimes I'll spray a utensil with Pam or some cooking
So
spray.
it's not so
just so
sticky.
everything
That's
slips
a great
off.
idea, sure.
Just a little helpful
We
hint.
made some coconut balls with Bruce Chester, and we had to Pam up our hands so that we could work with it. It wouldn't
Nice.
stick to our hands. So for the holidays.
All righty. There we go.
All righty, we're getting there. Next thing we got, we have a lemon. We need you to cut that in half and then just squeeze a half of lemon juice right in there.
Absolutely. I'm just going to put things out right on the table.
Sure, we make a mess, you know, it's all part of cooking. The dishes later, Randy, you throwing lemons in?
And it's good.
Oh, just like the football. Hand off
Yes.
to you, go.
Now, they always say roll the lemon.
That's right, you
Roll
bust through the
lemon,
line.
get it nice and juicy.
Sure. Cut that in half and squeeze half of that juice right on in there. There we go, making it all look good.
Catching the seeds.
Sure.
Of course, my hands will smell nice and lemony afterwards.
Lemony fresh, that's
Yes.
always good, right?
I feel like I just dusted a coffee table, but that's okay.
All right, looking good. All right,
We're
gonna
good.
put that cover on, blend that up one more
Alrighty.
time. And we're getting there.
All right.
Do-do-do. Looking good. All right, here's what we're gonna do next. We got our trusty little bucket here. All right, grab the tongs and a couple of those that are cooked a little bit well grabbed.
Okay. Untangle here. Let's see. I think that one's looking good.
All right, one more. 1 and 2. All right, what you're gonna do, we'll let the rest of those cook a little more. Pour a little bit of that right in this bucket,
Oh,
just enough
God.
to cover the wings. That'll do the trick. All right, you're gonna throw your cap back on there, and it's a tight, you might have to set it down. It's a tight cap. but
Okay.
You're a strong guy, Kennedy. You can get that in there.
Sure I am.
Sure you are.
Holy cow.
You want a tight seal, you don't
I was
want
just
what? All
saying.
right. You ever do the hippie shake?
Do the hippie hippie shake.
Do it up. You do the hippie, you shake it to the left. You shake it to the right. You do the hippie shake with all your maga. All right, you shaked enough. Gonna go ahead and we're gonna
Nice.
pour them right in those.
I need a break now.
We get our workout here in the Comedy Kitchen, man. All right.
Oh, my.
All right, now we're gonna go for the money shot, and I don't spill any. Show the folks at home what we're cooking up here. Here's a couple of your wings when you're done with them. Are those looking like some good eating? Hey, we're about to find out. All right, you can set that down.
Very good.
Looks like you need some paper towels anyway. Here's a few paper
Absolutely.
towels for you. A few paper towels for me. All right, we're going to set that right in the middle here. You grab one, I'll grab one, and we're going to taste our buffalo wings.
All right.
Just a little nibble.
I am looking forward to this.
Ooh. Ooh, hey, they're hot. But let me tell you,
Ooh.
that's much better eating than you can get at the store, okay? Anything homemade is better than you can get at the store, okay?
That is very good.
All right. So, as we're getting toward the end of the episode here, Kennedy, when it's all said and done, Comedy, you look back on your career, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you hope to accomplish? What are your goals?
You know, just not even making a career out of it, to be honest with you, just having some fun with it. I meet some of the nicest people, making some good lifelong friends through doing comedy. And just hope people remember, you know, I was always up there on stage trying to have a good time, trying to make people laugh. Sometimes not so easy to do and the way the world goes sometimes, but we're all having fun.
Sure, you brought up some good points. You meet some wonderful people in comedy. I've made so many friends since I started doing it. And even if you never make it big, you're going out, you're having the time of your life, you know? So
Sure.
It's always fun to do. All right, it is a Comedy Kitchen. We have done the cooking thing. Would you be nice enough to give the folks at home some of your stand-up comedy?
I would be happy to.
He would be happy to, and we will be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. This episode 13 of the Comedy Kitchen. Now you guys know how to make your buffalo hot wings, and you can enjoy them during the game while you're watching your favorite team. And one of the guys from comedy who has played my room, check out my website, www.dennisworth.webs.com. Joke in the Box Comedy Clubs. One of the guys that has been my privilege to have perform in my rooms. I give you the comedy genius of my friend, Mr. Kennedy Richard.
Thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure working at the Comedy Kitchen here. I had a great time making the wings. Now we can have a little fun. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Live in southern New Hampshire, but I'm originally from the great city of Winchendon, Massachusetts. The thing I liked about Winchendon growing up, it's one of those small towns that the school's on School Street, the church is on Church Street, the library's on Library Street. I was growing up on Loser Lane, and so I am married. My wife and I, at the end of this month, my wife and I will be celebrating our 24-year wedding anniversary. How's that? Clap for that, isn't that nice? And it seems like we're still on our honeymoon, because we fought all the time then, too. But no, actually, for our 24-year anniversary, though, we're not going to do anything special. We usually do it every 5 years, like 15, 20. So we'll do something special next year. Our 20th anniversary, we actually went down to Mexico to celebrate. And started off as a great trip. My wife booked us in this nice cottage on a private beach in Mexico. And 2 houses down from us was actually the summer home for Aaron Hernandez, the New England Patriots tight end. It's kind of cool because every morning we'd get up and we'd collect shells. We got some 38s, some 44 Magnums, shotgun. But I tell you, halfway through the week, though, that's when the curse hit us. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. We were both getting into fistfights, literally, trying to fight for the one and only bathroom that was in there. And the only tan lines I came home with from that trip were in the shape of a toilet bowl seat across my rear end, so that wasn't very good. But I think it was that Mexican beer I was drinking, that Dos Equis, and now I know what the old buck in the commercial meant when he said, "Stay thirsty, my friends." I guess I should have listened. But it's all good, it's all good. So I have a son and a daughter. My daughter is currently a senior at UNH, which it's great. Every time I pay the bill, I realize UNH stands for "You Are Now Homeless." But I'm just trying to figure out when math books started costing $150, $600, whatever. But I also have a son. He's my pride and joy, not the smartest kid you'll ever meet. I'll give you a quick example. Yesterday, he got to go to the Red Sox home opener, and he called me at work. He said, "Dad, I got a chance to go to the Red Sox opening game. Can I borrow one of your jerseys?" I said, "Absolutely, bud. I have a couple down in the basement. You may have to pick one out, and you may have to wash it." He calls me 5 minutes later. He says, "Dad, I found the shirt I want. How do I wash it? Hot water, cold water, warm water?" I said, "Dude, I don't know. What's it say on the back of the shirt?" He said, "Pedroia." But not a bright kid. Lost his cell phone the other day. I said, "Why don't you try calling it?" He said, "Dad, no cell phone. Hello." But yeah, before I went to college, I was checking his car to make sure everything worked on his car. Had him checking his lights. So I put on the headlights. Calling, "Are the headlights working?" "Yep." "How about the brake lights?" "Yep." "How about the directional?" "Yep, nope, yep, nope, yep, nope." But love him just the same. What else can we talk about? Oh, I had a little fun yesterday morning. This is good. If you ever find yourself in this position, this is a great thing to do. I was actually on my way into work, and there was a school bus behind me. So what I did was something I always wanted to do. I slowed down to 6 miles an hour, put my hazard lights on, and then I stopped at every driveway that I came to. Just see how they like it for a change. Let me finish with this, because summer is here. I'm very psyched for summer. Unfortunately, that's the time of year when all the young kids crank their music to unbearable decibels. And now that the window's down, it's even twice as bad. But I'll give you a little story about last summer. I had a kid who used to drive down my street daily with his loud music cranked. It used to bother me. And I let him do it about 4 days in a row. Finally, the 5th day, I said, enough's enough. You know, this kid thought he was cool because he had a big pimped-out truck, and he cranked that loud music. On the 5th day, he drove by with the music cranked. I waited for him. I knew he was going to come back because I live on a cul-de-sac. And when he came back, I politely went up to him, and I told him that I was going to put a baseball bat through his windshield if he did it again. And I never saw him again. It worked. I was happy. My wife was happy. Of course, all the kids in the neighborhood were so upset. No more ice cream, man. And on that note, I'm going to bring it back to your host, Dennis Wirth. Here you go, Den. Thank you.
All right. As a gift, we got you to bring home with you some Comedy Kitchen buffalo wing sauce, available on my website soon. So that's for you as a gift. I want to thank you for being on the Comedy Kitchen. And to you folks at home, thank you for tuning in. And until next episode, remember to eat well and laugh well, folks. Good night.